To further simplify the traits needed to be successful in sales, let's take a look at a research study that observed the success rates of nearly 500 sales professionals across 3 different industries over the course of 18 months. The study showed that top sales professionals had above average display of just 2 very specific traits. In fact, each of the 8 traits we defined in our previous session can clearly fit in one or the other of these 2 traits. What's even more powerful is that by identifying candidates that displayed these 2 traits, researchers were able to predict the success rate of these candidates during their 7-year study with over 90% accuracy. Let's take a closer look at these traits. The 2 most critical traits for all sales professionals to display are ego drive and empathy. Empathy is described as the ability to feel as another does. Researchers compare professionals with high empathy scores to heat-seeking missiles. Instead of a regular missile going one direction with the hopes that it actually hits its target, also known as the spray and pray method, heat-seeking missiles move with their target and adjust as necessary. High empathy sales professionals feel their prospects' energy and fine-tune the interaction as needed. Ego drive can be described as the internal need to conquer. Sales professionals with high ego drive are not driven by money or other external awards. Rather, they are driven by their internal need to win. As you continue your journey as a lifelong learner of professional selling, you'll find that the relatively new study of emotional intelligence has made a big impact in creating productive interactions. Psychology Today defines emotional intelligence as the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions in a way that enables you to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically. Let that last section really sink in here. Handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically. Emotional intelligence can be viewed as the application of empathetic traits, and that's why we use the emotional intelligence quotient, or EQ, as a measure of a sales professional's empathy rating. Looking back at the 8 traits we discussed in our previous session, it's fairly easy to see which of those 8 easily fit under the emotional intelligence umbrella. To sum up empathy and emotional intelligence, students often refer back to the saying, put yourself in your customer's shoes. It's important to remember, before you can put yourself in your customer's shoes, you must first be able to take off your own. Ego drive can be defined as the concept that closing a sale is more about the sales professional's internal drive to win than any other factor. When we look for patterns of behavior in sales candidates, we look for a history of winning and a drive to be successful. And we can see these traits in many ways outside of just previous sales experience. We look for historical patterns of success in athletics and/or academia, for job stamina or job longevity, and or personal and family-related successes. That's why we refer to ego drive as success drive when evaluating sales candidates. It's also easy to identify which of the 8 traits we discussed in our previous session can very easily fit under the success drive umbrella. To get a clear picture of how emotional intelligence and success drive play a role in your success as a sales professional, we'll take a close look at the prospect to client timeline as defined by the Society for Marketing Professionals. But first, I'll leave you with one of our favorite quotes that highlights the success drive trait. Every sales meeting will end in a sale. Either you'll sell the prospect on why she should buy your solution, or she'll sell you on why she shouldn't.